Drama City Productions presents.
This is Conversations with Paycheck and Red, a weekly podcast with two good old boys talking about anything and everything that crosses their mind. You may not know what you're going to get with an episode of Paycheck and Red, but you sure know you don't want to miss it. So do what you got to do. Download the app, find the episodes online, and make sure that you don't miss 1 second of Conversations with Paycheck and Red.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I guess. We've been on the clock for 12 minutes now, so.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're at it again. Paycheck and Red. I'm Paycheck.
And I'm Red. What's up, party people?
Wait. What's with the big pause?
I didn't know that's what we were doing. I thought we were going back to the old way.
All right, let's back it up. Ready? Here we go. Greetings.
I was trying to get something to segue into the episode to use before we done the 3, 2, 1. But we fucked that all up. So yeah.
Well, I was just gonna keep it rolling.
Okay, well, whatever. We've been on the clock for 12 minutes now, so
Let's go ahead and what is it with this clock? With you and this clock tonight? What's up with it? You in a hurry?
No, I thought you were in a hurry. You're the one that said let's hurry up and get it because my phone. I ain't in no fucking hurry. I ain't got shit to do.
No, I got chargers and everything. I'm good.
Okay, well I'm good. Yeah, we can talk till fucking midnight if you want to.
Calm the fuck down. All right, ready?
I just know that CWPR kind of watches our time clock and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah. All right, here we go.
All right, kick it.
Take 2. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings. We are back. Conversations with Paycheck and Red. I'm Paycheck.
And I'm Red. What's up, party people? Today's episode is brought to you by Drama City Productions, the new home of Conversations with Paycheck and Red. Make sure to go over to DramaCityProductions.com and check out all the podcasts that the network has to offer. There's Small Town Mentality podcast, there's Chewed Gum, there's the Christian and Damon's Amazing Nerd Show, and there is the Raw Opinion podcast, and the Sack 'em Up Sundays podcast. So yeah, there's a lot of good shit going on over there. DramaCityProductions.com.
What's the guy's name that does the chewed gum?
Seamus.
Amos. I could not think of that think of his name for some reason.
Yeah, dude, Seamus is a good dude.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
What's up with you? Everything good? Anything new, fun, and exciting happening?
It snowed the other day.
See, that's good and bad. It's like a double-edged sword for me.
No. I hate every falling flake of that shit.
I like the moment when you look outside and you notice. When you first notice, hey, it's snowing outside. You know what I mean? That feeling when you get, you're like, damn, that's cool. And that's about it.
Nah, fuck that. It only snowed a couple inches, but that's only just a taste of what's to come. And I can't stand it. It gets on my nerves, man.
And yet, you live in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
One of the prices I had to pay when I moved up here. I'm used to humid days and mild winters and all that kind of shit, so this is part of me paying the price for moving up here, I guess. I love it up here, but I hate the snow.
Well, I live in Florida.
Yeah,
it's gotten cold. It's gotten down to the 30s, late night, early morning. But nothing crazy. Your typical Florida winters. It's about 60, 70 during the day. And at night and in the morning, it's in its 30s and 40s. I like it here.
Dude, Thursday the high was 30.
Yeah, the high was?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I have too many aches and injuries.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I bet. I had my fill when I lived in Europe, and overseas and shit. I've seen snow plenty of times. I'm content living in Florida.
I hear that, yeah.
Well, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about food. What's in your house and what's in your mouth?
What's in your mouth?
Junk food versus healthy food. GMOs, are they good for you or bad for you? And what the actual fuck is mukbang?
Is that the correct pronunciation? Mukbang?
It's a Korean term, so I think the little bit of research, after you told me about it, a little bit of research that I have done, the Korean version is mukbang, but us Americans call it Muk Bang.
Yeah, so listen, for all of our listeners, listen to me. You will thank me, I promise you.
No.
Stop what you're doing right now. I mean, continue to listen to us, of course, but get onto the nearest electronics and look up YouTube. Look up Mukbang or Mukbang. It's spelled M-U-K-B-A-N-G. Mukbang.
Yeah.
So let's back up to from the beginning. Food. So in theory, we eat food for survival. That should be the basic reason on why we eat food, correct? To survive.
Yep.
So getting the proper nutrients.
Yep.
However, these days in today's society, there are so many different variables when you talk about food. Look at all the. All right, so survival is one reason. Sexual reasons is another one, and you'll know what we're talking about when you watch some of these mukbangs. It's a sexual thing for some people, watching somebody eat and lick their fingers and smack their lips and shit. You know what I mean? Imagine there's somebody jerking off watching mukbang.
That's disgusting, man.
Well, okay, so there's
I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about the mukbang yet. Let's get away from that. That's
all right, what about this? There are people sticking food in their ass these days. That's how well we have it over here in America. Cucumbers, you know what I mean? How many food items have you seen? You know what I mean? Or you know how the internet is. You see all kind of shit on the internet. My point is that apparently there's such a plethora of food around here that we can just stick it in our ass. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. We
can gorge and video it and make a mukbang episode. So that's what it is essentially. Is people go get.
Wait a minute! Stop! We're not gonna get to that yet.
Huh?
That's for later, man.
All right. So what do you want to go to the GMO now?
Let's do junk food and shit. Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay. Did you know that statistically, there is really no scientific evidence that would suggest that eating candies and sodas is what makes Americans fat. What makes people fat. Yeah, it doesn't help, but there's statistics that say it's not really the junk food. It's not really what you're eating. The problem with people today, health-wise, when it comes to food, is portions, how much they eat.
Yeah.
So that brings up the question. Okay, so we've lived in America, so we eat 3 times a day for the most part, ideally.
Right.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or depending on where I come from, is breakfast, dinner, and supper.
Yeah.
That's how we do it down here in the South.
Yeah, I get.
But if our other countries, third world countries or whatever, are they eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Are we overindulging as Americans? I mean, this is how we were raised. So think about, are we supposed to be eating 3 times a day?
Well, I mean, if you go back to the cavemen, they didn't eat 3 squares a day, man. They only ate when they had it. The hunter and gatherer mentality.
Right.
People are gluttons by nature. They want to fill their belly so they don't get hungry. You know what I mean? So
Wait. Say that last part again, what you just said.
People are gluttons by nature. They have a need to fill their belly to not be hungry. They have to be full.
Right. They have a need.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard of people that they eat when they're to fight depression, to fight, you know, you've heard of the whole girls getting broke up with or whatever and going to get ice cream.
It's comfort food, man.
And you and I have talked about it a few times, you know, there's days where I'm having a fucked up day. Like everything is just shit. And on my way home, you know, it's, not in the latter part of the day, but somewhere on my day, I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm cruising to Burger King. Dude, I immediately feel better. When I get back in that truck, get to riding down the road, start plucking out fries, dude, it's like it's like a different day all of a sudden.
Yeah, dude, Burger King makes everything better.
So why is that? It's a chemical issue going on in your brain when it comes to, I'm sure your senses are involved in it. The smell triggers something, you know what I mean? Or the thought triggers a smell.
Fast food establishments put addicting chemicals in these burgers and these fries, man, to make you want that shit. So you're dependent on it, just like a damn drug abuser. There are people in this world that abuse cheeseburgers like they do fucking heroin. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, but it's all it's easier for the mind to say, man, that cheeseburger looks way better than that salad right there. There's something about that oozy, greasy ass cheese. So it's a pleasure thing for the taste buds. The taste buds have a huge factor in that whole entire thing. But there's no, the human brain's a complicated thing, but to me, there's no way that the same pleasure comes from eating a bowl of fruit that there would be eating a cheeseburger. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a pleasure sensor in your head that loves the fucking cheeseburger and the greasy ass French fries more than the bowl of fruit or the salad or whatever.
Yeah, so you're getting hit twice, because on top of that, you know that this shit is not good for you. Everybody has seen the video on how what chicken nuggets are. Everybody knows the stories. Everybody knows about the GMOs. Everybody knows about the artificial and the byproducts and all this shit. Everybody knows that a majority of the food that we eat out in public is not real food. It's genetically processed shit with fillers in it.
Yeah, but the junk food tastes way better than the healthy food does.
Right, so it tastes better and you get that smell and it gets in your brain, and you're talking about that chemical imbalance in your brain, you know what I mean? Because of what they're putting in the food to make you addicted or whatever. So not on top of that, people know this. They make the choice, and the choice is made out of convenience.
It's temptation.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Right. I know that. That's your point. And you're right. So I want to add on top of that, the convenience of it is why a lot of people do it, I would think. Because when we do it, when I eat McDonald's or whatever, or some shit that I know is fucked up, it's more out of convenience. You know, as working fathers, you know what I mean? We don't always have time or the desire to cook. So it's about convenience.
Yeah, but there's a whole nother side of that. That convenience, that fast food establishment that you're going to get that quick cheeseburger or that quick chicken sandwich, them motherfuckers also sell salads. So why not get that instead? It's still convenience. You're still getting a salad on the fly.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you say that, because guess how much that salad's going to cost compared to that damn burger or that chicken sandwich?
About $9.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So dude, you go to Walmart and you can eat healthy. You can make the right choices, and we do for the most part. But, it's a choice. You make the choice to eat healthy or not, or eat how much or how less. You know what I mean? It's a choice. So it's really about when you make choices. Let's keep it just minimal and small, and let's just say, the choice about food. So that choice is primarily based out of convenience. Right? So listen, so me and my wife want a snack at night, right? So I could go in there and bake some cookies. You know what I mean? I can go in there and do all kind of shit. But most of the time I go for the cereal. Just open up a box, pour it in there, pour the milk in, done. It's convenient.
Dude, it's just, and I'm a junk food eater. I'm not trying to toot no horns or nothing like this, but if you bought healthy food, it's quicker to go to the refrigerator and grab a bag of grapes than it would be to grab that milk and cereal and the spoon and the bowl and all that shit.
Yeah, we do that.
I go back to my original point and say that it's temptation. That fucking bowl of cereal looks way better than that bowl of grapes does.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's a multiple of things. In when we're talking about food. I mean, look, it's split into so many different categories. Comfort food, survival. It's for survival. It's a sexual thing. There's so many, and we haven't even talked about GMO. So what is GMO?
GMO is genetically modified organisms. Are living organisms. This is according to non-GMOproject.org. A GMO is a genetically modified organism, or living organisms whose genetic material have been artificially manipulated in a laboratory through genetic engineering. So they're making that small rinky-dink ass apple on the produce aisle swole up and look more enticing to you. Or they are shooting steroids into chicken wings and making them motherfuckers a whole lot plumper. Right. Or they're sticking that same steroid needle in that cow's ass and making that beefsteak a little bit thicker. But the question is, are they safe? But there's no long-term credible evidence that GMOs are safe or they're not. But on naturalsociety.com, they list 10 worst GMO foods, and they are corn, number 1, soy, sugar, aspartame, whatever the hell that is. That's in your diet sodas.
Aspartame?
Yeah.
Yeah, aspartame is a toxic additive used in numerous food products and should be avoided for numerous reasons, including the fact that it is created with genetically modified bacteria. Dude, fucking bacteria.
It's
canola.
Fake sugar. It's fake sugar.
Hold on. Huh?
Aspartame is like fake sugar. It's a sweetener.
Well, for sugar, it says, according to Natural News, genetically modified sugar beets were introduced to the U.S. market in 2009. Like others, they've been modified by Monsanto to resist herbicides. Monsanto has even had USDA and court-related issues with the planting of its sugar beets, being ordered to remove seeds from the soil due to illegal approval. Anyway, papaya, canola, cotton, dairy.
Hold up. How are you going to stay away from cotton?
They're saying it's because, no, they're not saying stay away from it. This is just the list of the 10 worst, top 10 worst GMO foods for your GMO list.
Gotcha.
So it's, so I guess what they're saying is that these 10 things, for starters, are all being genetically modified. This shit's scary, man. I'll tell you. Like, I'm not a tinfoil hat wearing guy or whatever, but it's all for money. So they're gonna you know, we were talking the other day about, for a restaurant like McDonald's, these fast food joints, in order for them to sell a hamburger for 99 cents, there's no way that can be 100% pure beef. Just because of the beef market alone, you couldn't afford that. That wouldn't be possible. So to make more money, I'm assuming it's all about the money. It's always about the money, but
Right.
so they're making shit and serving it to you as food in hopes that you believe it, and making more profit because they're using less real shit, I guess.
But it tastes so good, Paycheck.
I know, but how does it taste good, right? This is genetically modified shit, and yet it tastes good and it smells good, dude. When I go by Burger King, I'm like, fuck. I think I want Burger King now.
Hell yeah. That's
I have had.
that's those addictive chemicals I was telling you about to make you want that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we touched on this the other day when we were talking about doing this episode. I know everybody has seen the YouTube videos out there where people will leave a cheeseburger from McDonald's set out and French fries set out, and it doesn't mold, it doesn't get soft, it doesn't grow black furry shit all over it. It just gets hard and just sits there.
Yeah, real food does not do that.
No, dude, the bread doesn't even mold. It just gets hard like a hockey puck.
Yeah. Yeah, and think about the mayonnaise in the mayonnaise packets that they give you. If you take your jar of mayonnaise and leave it out on the counter, it's gonna spoil, right?
It's going what?
Spoil.
Spoil.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoil. Yeah.
Wait, what do you call it? Spoil?
No, I just wanted to hear you say spoil 3 or 4 times.
Oh.
I say it the same way, spoiled.
Like it's going to spoil.
Actually, around my house down in South Carolina, it was ruined.
Yeah, in Georgia it's ruined too.
Yeah.
But you know, that shit would spoil, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why it says keep refrigerated. Yet you go to fucking Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, and their mayonnaise packets are in a fucking little bag sitting under the counter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they're not exposed. They're not exposed to the elements in the air outside. They're sealed up in the little packets. But on that same cheeseburger I was telling you about, that the people, there's hundreds of people that have done it, but there's fucking mayonnaise and mustard and cheese and ketchup and pickles and onions and all on that motherfucker, and none of it goes bad.
That's what I'm saying. So it makes you question how much. Because look, same thing with the French fries. When you and I were talking the other day about a French fry left in the back of the damn, from McDonald's or some fast food establishment.
Yeah.
It's gonna look the same. There's gonna be no physical or visual change to it other than it getting hard.
Dude, my kids have left French fries in the back of my truck before in the floor, and I've cleaned them up, and you could literally take them out of the pack and make prison shanks out of them.
Yeah, they were hard. But
yeah,
no mold. No mold, nothing.
No, they get hard as a fucking rock.
So why would you have to genetically modify shit to taste and look like a potato? Are we in a shortage of potatoes? Are potatoes that expensive? So we can't even have real French fries? If you take a potato out and stick it in your floorboard for a month, don't you think that thing would grow some mold on it?
That motherfucker would grow eyes and start growing taters in your floorboard.
Yeah, that thing will have roots on it.
Yeah.
Or like y'all say in West Virginia, roots.
Roots. I don't say that in West Virginia, man. I've been saying that all my life. That ain't got nothing to do with West Virginia.
That is one thing that I've noticed about Southern, the way people in the South talk is, I'm from South Georgia, and I call it pecan. But my great-granddaddy, who never left South Georgia, a small town away across Georgia, he always said pecan.
Yep. I've heard it both ways.
Yeah.
It's a pecan to me.
So
yeah.
Food. What's in y'all's rotation? Like, do you eat on a consistent basis? when you do cook, do you have because I was raised up, you have to have a meat, a starch, and a vegetable. That was at every meal.
Yeah.
Some sort of meat, either rice and beans or mashed taters or, I could go on and on, but, a starch and then a vegetable.
See, I'm a starchaholic. And growing up in my house, it was rice and mac and cheese and biscuits. So I got all the starches.
But if you work out, those things are good for you. Those are carbs, I believe.
Oh yeah. But if anybody's ever seen me below the fucking shoulders right here, I don't work out. I love me some starch. But
do y'all have a square meal every evening?
Not now, man. I'm too busy with softball and volleyball and extracurricular activities to eat at home every day. But when we do, it's the three squares: the meat and taters and vegetables and all that kind of shit.
Do you drink sodas? What do y'all drink at the house? If I was to come over your house and you offer me something to drink, what would you have to offer me right now?
Sweet tea.
That's a must.
A soda pop of some kind.
So, see, you've been in West Virginia too long. Soda pop.
Man, I'm just talking.
Right?
I'm just talking. It's soda. It's Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Sprite, root beer. It's called comedy, man. Soda pop.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it was.
So we're talking about food. Well, let's not forget, what we drink. It's have you seen this thing on social media where some guy tested several bottles of, this commercial grade water that's at all your Jiffy stores and like Dasani and Zephyr Hills.
Yeah.
Dude, there was high volumes of. Remember that chart? And like I didn't do good in science. You remember that periodic table?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember the periodic table.
Yeah, there was a few of them motherfuckers in that water.
Hell yeah. Minerals and whatnot.
This Zephyr Hills, if I'm not mistaken, had to put on their bottle that they are not from a spring. It's regular tap water. It's been put. Allegedly, I guess. But you talk about sodas and shit. Have you ever seen or have you done it? Have you ever boiled a Pepsi?
Yeah, dude. I have never done it, but I've seen it done. Yeah.
So think about all the shit that's in that Pepsi. Think about just the amount of sugar that's in that damn Pepsi.
Yeah.
What's going on over there? You got some technical difficulties?
Do what?
What's going on over there? You got some technical difficulties? You can't be damn maneuvering and fidgeting and.
I am having some technical difficulties, my friend.
Hey guys, it's Seamus from Chewed Gum and Crime and Movies podcast. You're currently listening to Conversations with Paycheck and Red. Find this show and all of these other amazing shows at DramaCityProductions.com. Thank you all for listening. Bye-bye.
What, did you get your ears lowered too?
Do what?
You got your ears lowered too?
Well, I ain't got a hat on.
Ew, it looks like you got a haircut.
No haircuts here, buddy.
Yeah, looks kind of short.
I ain't done nothing to it.
No. You don't give a shit, huh?
Hell no.
You didn't know he was gonna be live or video today?
Yeah, but I look presentable.
Yeah, you didn't want to run no moose through there or nothing?
No what?
Moose?
No, dude, Red don't do moose.
Moose.
Red
I can hear
does
you
not
hollering
do
at the
moose,
wife.
my
Hey,
friend.
next time you at the grocery store, you get me some more moose.
No. Red does not do moose.
You're more of a paste kind of guy, ain't you? A balm, if you will.
It's more of a. Well, when my hair was longer, it was more of a pomade, but.
Yeah, that's so gay.
I mean, dude, I haven't used mousse in years and years and years.
So you know that people also have food fights. That's how much food we have.
Yeah.
That's how much. That's how much food we have here in America. We can just have fights with it, throw it. Dude, think
how
about
many food fights have you ever had in your lifetime, Paycheck?
At school, a few at school. One time at a when I used to stock groceries. We used to throw, like a bag of marshmallows or something. Nothing crazy, you know what I mean? We ain't trying to hurt anybody, but I've chunked a few food items.
Yeah, I've chunked a few handfuls of shit in the cafeteria in my day.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for something real quick.
Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties all of a sudden. I can't figure out what the deal is.
Wow, what's going on?
My audio went out. I can barely hear you now for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably them shitty headphones you have.
Hey man, I got good money in these fucking headphones.
Well, look at this. Here's a 14 best foods to have sex with, according to have sex with. The 14 best foods to have sex with.
Gross.
Now, does that mean literally have sex with it or use it during sex?
That depends on what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I guess not, because it's talking about strawberries, chocolate, bananas, whipped cream, champagne, cherries, melons, cucumbers. See, here we go with the cucumbers again. Freaky people out there, man. It's ridiculous. Oysters. Remember back in the day, hearing oysters was an aphrodisiac?
Yeah, I still hear that.
Yeah, the reason that is because you can't get them very often. So when you do, there's a little bit.
it's got to be romantic.
Yeah, well, there's got to be some excitement. Ice cream, gummy bears, bacon, cheese, shellfish.
Cheese?
Yeah.
How the fuck is cheese sexual?
I don't know. I guess like cheese and crackers, some wine.
Yeah, but I mean, are we talking about like the romantic foreplay part, or are we actually talking about the act of bumping uglies here?
Dude, there's no telling. People are weird. We live in a world full of weird people.
Yeah, there's a fetish for everything, so I can't really question cheese because people get off on watching other people eat. So, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of using cheese in the bedroom, but some people are.
Yeah, just the smell of it sometimes. I like cheese, but that's one of the things that I have to be cautious of and, make sure I have a hold of it. Because I like dairy. I drink milk every day.
Are you lactose intolerant?
No, dude, I'd be mad as shit if I was lactose intolerant. I enjoy a good glass of chocolate milk. So here's a couple of fun facts about foods.
Fun facts.
The oldest evidence for soup is from 6,000 BC and calls for hippopotamus and sparrow meat. That was back in 6,000 BC. That's the oldest evidence of soup.
Hippopotamus meat?
Hip hopopotamus.
Hip hop?
Yeah.
Hip hop anonymous?
Yeah, I'm glad you picked that up. I was gonna feel dumb. Pringles. Yeah. Once had a lawsuit trying to prove that they weren't really potato chips. Because they're not fucking potato chips. Nothing about that tastes like, feels like, the texture, none of it feels like. No. Right?
No. They need to make the barrel of the Pringles can a little bit bigger, though, for us big-handed fellas.
Right? That's when you end up using your tongue.
Yeah.
Whatever sticks to your tongue.
Yeah.
Pound cake. Pound cake got its name from its original recipe, which called for a pound each of butter, eggs, sugar, and flour. A pound of that shit.
That's a lot of fucking pound cake.
Dude, a pound of butter, a pound of eggs, a pound of sugar.
Wait a minute, a pound of each ingredients to make the pound cake.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking pound cake.
Yeah. Ripe cranberries will bounce like rubber balls.
What?
An average ear of corn has an even number of rows, usually 16.
16 kernels of corn on each row?
An average ear of corn has an even number of rows. 16 rows. Now, I'm not
16
sure.
16 rows. Okay.
I'm not sure how many in each row. Consuming dairy may cause acne. I didn't know that one. Most wasabi consumed is not real wasabi, but just colored horseradish. Dude, what? Central Appalachia.
Dude, I love wasabi.
Yeah, I like it. Central Appalachia tooth decay problem is referred to as Mountain Dew mouth due to the beverage's popularity in the region. Damn. Central, am I saying Appalachia's? Apparently they have a tooth decay problem.
That's Appalachia. That's up around this area.
Yeah, and they call it Mountain Dew mouth.
or as the locals like to call it, meth mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Mountain Dew mouth. That's just a nice way to put meth mouth.
Apples belong to the rose family, as do pears and plums.
The rose family?
Yeah. Oklahoma's,
really? Huh? That's crazy.
Oklahoma's state vegetable is the watermelon. How does one get a state vegetable? Who decides that? Do they have a big fucking town meeting? They're like, okay, what's our vegetable gonna? What the fuck's our vegetable gonna be?
Well, you know, every state has a state flower, a state bird.
Yeah, that's a waste. That's a waste of my fucking tax dollars right there. Y'all sitting around talking about what our fucking state bird is and what our state flower and all that dumb shit.
I don't think it's determined that way. I don't think there's a committee that gives out state flowers and state birds and state vegetables and shit. I think it's just a native bird from that area or a native flower from that area.
Yeah, I get it. I get the concept.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a committee that sits around and says, all right, the Oklahoma state vegetable is watermelon. The South Carolina state bird is the Carolina wren. And, you know what I mean? There's nobody that does that, I don't think.
Yeah, how do you think they get the name?
It's just an indigenous bird to that area, and it just becomes the state bird or the state flower or whatever.
Okay, so you're telling me that Oklahoma, or where was that? Yeah. So, Oklahoma has so many watermelons, more than any other damn. They're like, hey, we're going to be known for our fucking watermelon.
Yeah, sure.
In Oklahoma?
Yeah.
All right. One of the most popular pizza toppings in Brazil is green peas. Ugh.
Dude, fuck. Ugh.
Dude, the only thing I like peas in is my stew beef.
The only thing I like peas in is Chinese fried rice.
Yeah, I like it there too.
I can't stand green peas.
About 70% of olive oil being sold is not actually pure olive oil. Real aged balsamic vinegar actually costs anywhere from $75 to $400 or more. See, this is what I'm saying. So that's why you're getting bullshit, is because you cannot make a profit if you're spending anywhere from $75 to $400 to make this. You know what I mean? That's why there's
that's nuts.
Bullshit. Store-bought 100% real orange juice is 100% artificially flavored.
I just told you that the other day. It's from concentrate.
Yeah.
They put a little bit of orange flavoring in it, a little bit of orange juice, and fill the rest of it up with other shit.
The most expensive pizza in the world costs $12,000 and takes 72 hours to make it. The winner.
Pizza?
Yep. $12,000.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let's stop right there for just a second. What the fuck are they putting on it?
That.
Huh?
It doesn't go into any more detail than that.
That motherfucker probably got like gold flakes and
I've seen that.
Caviar and all that kind of shit on it.
Have you seen that? That's
No, I have not. I'm just speculating.
That's the thing. There's I think it was wings. What I saw, some gold, this and that. It was ridiculous.
12,000.
The winner.
Fucking pizza.
Yeah, the winner of the 2013 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest consumed 69 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
What?
So let's think about what hot dogs is. Do you know the ingredients for a hot dog?
Raccoon lips, chicken feet, and possum tails.
Pretty much.
The shit that the shit that the meat packers and the people that process beef and chicken and all that shit, the shit that they don't use to put in the packages, they put in a big old bin and mix it up and make hot dogs out of it.
Same thing with bologna, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And we eat that. I enjoy a good hot dog with some cheese on it. And ketchup, mustard.
I'm getting away from hot dogs here lately, man. I used to eat hot dogs like a motherfucker, but I'm getting away. I mean, I'll eat one if you give it to me because I ain't going to turn it down. It's polite to turn down. It's impolite to turn down food, but I just don't care for hot dogs that much anymore.
Yeah, that's not something that's in heavy rotation here at the house either. I guess as you get over.
Now, bologna? I'll fuck some bologna up.
Well, on sandwiches?
Fried in the pan for breakfast?
Yeah, and I like that, but I don't like bologna on my sandwich.
Oh, man, I love a good bologna sandwich.
Unless I have Miracle Whip.
What? Miracle Whip?
Miracle Whip with bologna is pretty good. That's the only
Son, you ain't a true Southerner if you eat fucking Miracle Whip. The only real mayonnaise in the world is Duke's.
Yeah, I know, but that's like apples and oranges. That's two different things. It's pronounced Miracle Whip.
Oh, there's an H in there.
Right, it is not silent.
Miracle Whip.
That's it, Miracle Whip. The Dunkin' Donuts in South Korea offer donut flavored such as kimchi, croquette, and glazed garlic. So that's another thing that's interesting.
Dude,
you know,
that's fucking disgusting.
Right. As somebody who traveled the world, even the McDonald's are different there than they are here. There are different menu items and all kind of shit. So people, when they're overseas, they see the McDonald's archers and they're like, oh, cool, a little bit of home. You know what I mean? But when you go there, it's not the food. It's similar, and I'm sure some places are the same. But I mean, think about that. What I just did. Dunkin' Donuts. This is a franchise, apparently a worldwide franchise, and they have flavors: kimchi, croquet, and glazed garlic flavors. We don't have that shit here.
You know what they call a Big Mac in France?
A Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. That's right. You can buy beer at McDonald's somewhere over there, like Europe or like Britain or some damn where. You can buy beer at McDonald's.
You can buy beer. They've been changing all of our movie theaters to where you can buy alcohol in them. There's like a bar. There's a bar. As soon as you walk in, to the left, mixed drinks, liquor, beer, whatever you want. You know.
That'd be awesome. Ain't nothing better than a rum and coke and some fucking popcorn.
Hell yeah, and some chocolate.
Yeah, right.
Well, speaking of, chocolate was once used as currency. That's how important food is. People don't take food seriously like they should. Food is a big deal. It was used as currency, for crying out loud. People shove it in their asses.
I'll take chocolate as payment for something.
Yeah.
I love me some chocolate now.
I've gotten into this dark chocolate. I'm really into dark chocolate.
Oh yeah. They say if you eat dark chocolate in moderation, it's good for you. It's an antioxidant, I think.
Yeah. The tea bag was created by accident, as tea bags were originally sent as samples, which makes sense.
I can't say the word teabag without laughing. Sorry.
A Cinnabon classic. Have you ever ate at a Cinnabon?
No.
Me either. I'm just not big into that. But it has less sugar than a 20-ounce bottle of Pepsi.
One Cinnabon or like a whole pack of them?
One Cinnabon.
What the fuck is a Cinnabon?
It's a cinnamon. What do they call it? What do we call them? A cinnamon bun. You know, where you take the dough and you kind of make
Yeah.
Bake it and then put you some filling on top of it.
Why not just call it a cinnamon bun? Why they gotta go bon on it?
There was a play on words, I guess.
Bon, cinnamon
Yeah.
bon.
I don't know where the bond comes from. Humans are born craving sugar. We're born to crave sugar. This is a fucking fight, son, for your whole life.
Hell yeah. I love it. Sugar.
Huh?
I love sugar.
Let's see.
I also love caffeine. Because I've been drinking coffee. I've been drinking coffee all day.
Yeah, and I like some coffee now.
I haven't consumed anything to drink today other than coffee.
The softening agent, L-cysteine, Cysteine, L-cysteine, used in some bread, is made from human hair and duck feathers.
What?
Human hair.
Human hair.
You know?
L-cysteine. That sounds like a L-cysteine. That sounds like a Mexican WWE wrestler.
The potentially fatal brain mushroom is considered a delicacy in Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, and the upper Great Lakes region of North America. The brain mushroom. It's potentially fatal. People eat that shit. It's called a mushroom because it actually looks like a brain.
Yeah. Around here, the morel mushroom grows wild, and there's a season for it. And the locals around here walk off in the woods and pick a bag of morels and come back home and dice them up and fry them and eat them. They look like almost like a sea sponge, kind of, with like a big round, like a real tall point on them.
They're not very visually appealing, are they?
No, they don't look. I've never tried them. I want to because I love mushrooms, but I've never had the opportunity to try any.
Yeah, that's like oysters.
They're a local delicacy around here, but I've never had the opportunity to try one.
Yeah, it's like oysters. At some point in life, somebody popped open that shell. It was like, oh yeah, that looks good, and ate that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, dude, I love oysters. My dad used to call the real big ones you get, the real long ones, he used to call those the February flu.
I don't understand.
Snot.
Wow.
Looks like the February flu.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so can we talk about mukbang now?
Yeah, we can talk about mukbang now, I guess.
So stop what you're doing, grab the closest electronic device that you can, or if your phone allows you the option to browse the interwebs while you're listening to Conversations with Paycheck in Red, and by all means, just open you up a new browser window and look up Muk Bang, M-U-K-B-A-N-G. Apparently, it originated in Asia, Korea. You said correct?
Yeah.
Initially pronounced Mukbang, M-U-K-B-A-N-G. But of course, you know, us dumb Americans, we call it Muk Bang. So it's we're talking about it because, you know, today's episode is about food and the different all the different variables that are involved in it, how it relates to us in life, how people eat when they're sad or depressed, or you were talking about a chick that, what'd you call her, a gainer?
Yeah, that's what she called herself.
So what's up with that?
She thinks it's sexually appealing to be as big as you can be, and she has a boyfriend that gorges her with food every day, and her goal is to see how big she can get.
She has like a goal to where she's trying to put on so many pounds per day, right? Doesn't she? I seen the.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she has a goal every day to gain so much. And she makes like daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, and she's trying to reach a certain number. I can't remember what the number is, but she's trying to reach a certain number, and she's eating as much as possible. Like, the video shows her boyfriend pouring just straight up pancake batter in a beer funnel.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, dude. And she's like funneling pancake batter
To gain weight quickly is what she's trying to do.
Yeah. In her eyes, and there ain't nothing wrong with a big man or a big woman, but she thinks it's sexually appealing to be as big as she can be.
It is, people. I know some people. One of my best friends back in the day, he was a little old fella, but he loved him a big woman. Yeah, I was gonna go somewhere, but I decided not to. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So yeah, Mukbang. There's actually a couple different versions of it. There's Mukbang. Actually, the word Mukbang is it comes from the Korean origin, and it's what's the
Latin word for it?
I don't know what the Latin is. It's a Korean word. I don't think there's a Latin word for it. It means to eat and broadcast is what the term mukbang, the muk being to eat, bang or bang means to broadcast. So
okay, but there are so many videos, and y'all go look at these videos. So there's multiple variables when it comes to this, because the more videos we watch, the differences we're starting to see in different versions of mukbang. So like you said, in Korea, it started off merely someone videoing themselves eating, right? That was the premise, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then at some point, other people got a hold of this culture, and now there's an ASMR factor involved.
Yes.
So what does ASMR stand for?
It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Now, the definition for it is not what it's used for in today's society, but the term ASMR, or Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, is an experience categorized by a static-like or tingling sensation on the skin that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and the upper spine. It's been compared to auditory tactical synesthesia and may overlap with the ASMR shit. But ASMR that I know, my kids love this shit. They make their own ASMR videos. It's disgusting because listening to somebody chew food gets under my fucking skin so bad that it makes me angry. But ASMR is just a sensory overload to the listener. Like, some people like run their fingers over the microphone real easy. Some people whisper. Some people crunch chips. Some people just chew sloppy, juicy food real close to a microphone or a really sensitive microphone, and it's fucking disgusting. But
and that's kind of what intrigued me about the whole thing is, so let's fast forward just a little bit. So originally there was mukbang, merely just videoing yourself eating. So now it's literally people going to, I mean, there's so many different videos, but one, for example, is this young chick. She goes to Chick-fil-A and she gets a ridiculous amount of food. It's embarrassing almost, you know what I mean? Again, we're going back to, we have this much fucking food, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she just sits there in her car. She don't even leave the damn. She goes to the drive-thru and pulls into a parking spot and just kills this food. She's a petite thing too. Dude, she's sucking down like 4 sandwiches, fries, a drink, and then a shake on top of it. It's interesting because it's you get that excitement at first because y'all like Chick-fil-A. Like, ooh, that's that spicy chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah.
But then you realize there's something more to this. There's something more than this chick just eating Chick-fil-A. Number one is that she's eating a ridiculous amount. So that adds a factor to the whole mukbang.
Yeah.
But then, like we're talking about it's almost like these guys have mics right under their fucking mouth or right by their mouth. I haven't figured this part out yet, but
it's a combination of eating real close to a microphone or having a microphone with the audio real sensitive and turned up to where it picks up every little single detail.
So this is what it sounds like. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to pick this up, but it literally sounds like.
Hey folks, Brandon Fisher here, the host of Sack 'em Up Sundays, the newest comedy podcast to be put on the Drama City Productions network. Tune in each week as we get really stupid talking about things we know absolutely nothing about. From politics to true crime, movies, to hypothetical questions that go absolutely nowhere. Each episode is filled with at least an hour of hilarious and super offensive content. So join myself and my co-host Dipsy D each week as we get real, talking about absolutely nothing. You can find us at iTunes, Podbean, CastBox, and pretty much anywhere podcasts are available. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at EM_SAC to keep yourself updated on shows or to drop us ideas for things to talk about. We're always looking for things to discuss.
You know what I mean? And the sucking on the fingers and the, dude, it's ridiculous. But this
for those of you that are just listening to this, that sounds like you're not eating food. But for those watching this, you can tell what he's doing. But that sounded not like eating food. But I ran across, dude, I can't stand the idea of somebody chewing with their mouth open. Like, I was taught to chew with my mouth closed growing up. And to see somebody chew with their mouth open gets on my nerves and makes me incredibly angry. And whenever you told me about this shit, and I started looking at videos, getting an idea of what Muk Bang actually was, I ran across a video of a girl, a young girl. She don't look to be no more than like 13 or 14. She went and got herself some Burger King, Whopper, fries, chicken fries, a drink, and she laid out her dips in front of her and all this kind of shit. And she done the whole ASMR mukbang where you can hear every crunch, every snap of a French fry, every swallow of a drink. And her, I don't know what kind of mic she's using, but that shit was on time because it didn't hide nothing. And it gets under my fucking skin. So I saved a little clip of it just to give the audience an idea of what this shit really sounds like. But if you haven't made it this far through the podcast and you're already watching YouTube videos, you know what it sounds like. But for those of you that are continuously listening to this, I want to play a clip of it and just a few seconds of it, but it gets on my nerves and makes me incredibly angry to where it just, I don't know, it gets under my skin, man. It drives me crazy. So let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, man. Like, just the thought of it right now is turning my stomach. But anyway, all right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Yeah, see, dude, that's disgusting. What makes people get attracted to this?
Hold on.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, all right. I'm cutting it off. I can't deal with that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, dude. That shit aggravates the fuck out of me, man. Like it. Ooh, I don't know. But yeah,
well,
that's.
They do that for the. I'm assuming they do that for the video. Like, you don't think they really eat like that, do you?
But no, this girl is just. If you, I'll try to see if I can find a link for it to show you the exact video. But
you see the brunette? You see the cute little brunette sitting in her car?
No, you only see like from the nose down of this girl, real close up to the mic, and all you see is her mouth eating food.
Oh yeah.
And she's just normally chewing, like she's not going, any extra mile to chew anything. She's just eating. But this microphone that she's got is so sensitive that it's. I don't know if they make microphones specifically for ASMR or it's just a setting on something that picks up everything. But she's just naturally eating food. She's not going any great length. It's just this. Oh man, that shit's nasty.
I think, is it a white girl?
Yeah, it's the young, like 13, 14-year-old girl.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna watch it now. Hold on. Yeah, you can hear the ice in the drink.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing it live right now. That doesn't even do it justice. That doesn't sound anything like what we just listened to.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous. So this one is, if you wanted to see this one, this is a perfect example of what Red's talking about. The just type in let's see, what is it?
You cut it off, man. It's fucking driving me insane.
Can you hear it though?
Yeah, like sorry. It's God.
That's only the French fries. She hasn't even got to the burger or nothing yet. Ooh, and she's real sloppy with the burger. One handing a Whopper. Do you know how big a Whopper is?
Oh yeah.
And she's one-handing it, eating it.
I didn't even get that far. I couldn't even watch all of it. It's disgusting, man.
Did
I ask you politely to turn the shit off, man.
That's almost like a slap in the face to the less fortunate, if you will. You know what I mean? But yeah. Mukbang.
It's funny you say that though. Real quick, before we move on, I actually seen a video while I was researching this whole mukbang thing, and there was a video of a guy that went and sat down with a homeless lady and mukbanged on video with her, and fed her all kind of food, and they sit there and just talked about everyday life on the street and eating cheeseburgers and shit like that. So I mean, you could make something good come out of it if you really done it the right way, but just don't get real close up to the microphone so we can hear you chewing the shit. Just eat the food and talk about how good it is. You ain't got to get all up close to the microphone and listen. Let me hear you smack and suck your teeth and all that shit.
Yeah, dude, that's
fucking disgusting.
That's the good part about eating, and that's the good part about eating by yourself. I'm sure we eat differently when we're by ourselves than we do, when we're with our wives or whatever.
What you mean?
Yeah, y'all check it out.
Eat differently in front of my wife. What you talking about?
Well, when you're, by yourself and you pounding that Whopper, or, you know what I mean? I'm sure you eat a little differently. I'm sure when you're in your truck eating, you're stuffing your face and making a mess. And
I still wipe the mayonnaise dribble off my chin. I don't just leave it there.
Yeah. Yeah, so check it out, Mukbang. So, in closing, food, been around for a long time. It's had a lot of purposes. We use it to survive. We eat it to survive. We fantasize about it in a sexual nature. There's chemicals all in that shit, but we don't give a fuck. We're just gonna keep eating it. And there's even people sticking food in their ass. So food is it's been around for a while, and it's changing. Food's not what it used to be when we were kids.
Do people ass to mouth these cucumbers, or do they wash them off first?
I can only speculate, of course. You know what I mean? But no, I don't know. I didn't. Not into that kind of stuff. That's weird.
Yeah. You ain't ever used no chocolate syrup and no Cool Whip on your lady before?
Yeah, I mean we've done all that. And that proves my point. You know what I mean? I'm gonna share something with you. So when someone goes through cancer and their saliva glands are burnt, and their gums are destroyed by chemotherapy and all this stuff, that affects the way that they eat. You know what I mean? And if you think about all the things that we just talked about and how much food is, how important it is in people's lives. So this particular person, I mentioned juicing, and there's different ways to eat. And he pretty much cussed me out and told me, fuck off. Food's meant to be enjoyed. It does something to you on the inside when you eat. You know what I mean? So when you're unable to eat due to medical reasons, there's no replacing that. Like a stomach food bag. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I'm sure you get zero enjoyment from that. I'm not even sure that if you would get a full feeling But you sure wouldn't get all the endorphins moving around in your head when you crack open that damn double bubble burger bacon.
Yeah, but dude, when you have a feeding tube, they're not shoving like pureed cheeseburgers and shit in your gut. It's like a medical solution.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's no enjoyment. You don't get any of the things that you get from eating.
Chewing.
Eating? Huh?
Chewing and swallowing.
Well, yeah, but you know, also what it does to you mentally. There's a mental enjoyment when you eat. It's a whole chemical thing in the brain. You know what I mean? Your
Right.
endorphins, and it fires up, you know, this and that. You know what I mean? So you would lose all that if you were unable to eat like normal people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different tastes out there that people enjoy, obviously. We need to give you a minute. You need to stretch, get up, do some jumping jacks. What's the deal?
My lower back's been killing me here lately.
You're getting old, man. There's a lot of different tastes and smells out there that triggers the brain to make you do stupid shit. Like, I've drove out of my way to get a fucking Whopper from Burger King. I've drove out of my way to get a Chick-fil-A sandwich. But I ain't never driven out of my way to get a salad.
You ever suck a dick for a burger?
No, can't say that I have. Have you?
Would you be willing to pay me on Tuesday for a burger today?
Yeah, I'll give you all the cheeseburgers I got, man.
All right, well, there it is. Food. The do's and don'ts, the ups and downs, stick it in your ass, or eat it to survive. It's up to you.
So in the beginning of this episode, we said what's in your mouth, what's in your house, or what's in your house, what's in your mouth, but it's evolved into what's in your ass, what's in your mouth.
That's right. And if it's in your ass, don't put it in your mouth.
Right? That's a very good point. That's something that every man, woman should know. If it goes in your ass, don't put it in your mouth.
That's it. Should we still tell them where to find us at this point?
Yeah, man. Always do that. Maybe they forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell them about our new home, DCP.
Yeah. A couple months ago, Conversations with Paycheck and Red was fortunate enough to be put on the Drama City Productions network, a network of different podcasts. And it's been nothing but uphill since then, man. I mean, we've grown by leaps and bounds just because we joined Drama City Productions, and there's a shit ton of good podcasts on the network. I mentioned a few of them at the beginning of the episode, but DramaCityProductions.com, you can find all the podcasts that the network has. DramaCityProductions.com/Paycheck and Red, and you can listen to our podcast. You can also find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and all that kind of shit, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wherever you listen.
Wherever you listen. Yeah, we're on all the podcast listening apps and shit. We're on Facebook oh shit, I messed it up. We're on Facebook at Paycheck and Red, Twitter at Paycheck and Red, and we're on Instagram at Paycheck and Red _podcast.
We are everywhere.
Yeah, and also you can go to paycheckandred.com and buy Paycheck and Red t-shirts. You can buy Bong Rips with Red t-shirts.
A must have in everyone's fall collection.
Yeah, man. And let's see, did I leave any of them out? I don't think so. YouTube, yeah, I almost forgot. You can go to YouTube, the Conversations of Paycheck and Red, and listen to all these episodes. Or you can watch the episode, not listen to it. You can listen to it and you can watch it, but I got a personal goal to try to reach 100 subscribers before the end of the year, and we're at like 20 or 25 now. So check it out, subscribe, hit that little bell notification button, get notified when we have new episodes available up there on the YouTubes.
Yeah, so DCP, friends, family, get the word out.
Country, lend me your ears.
We are on YouTube. Conversations with Paycheck and Red. You can watch us and listen to us at the same time. How fucking crazy is that? And you'll get to see a lot of y'all don't get to appreciate Red's graphic work. So I mean, you see the occasional logos and graphics he does, but you know, he's as equally as talented on YouTube. So check out YouTube. If for anything, just the cool graphics that he puts on there.
Well, thank you, sir.
All right, is that it?
I believe that's it.
All right, we're back. We already got another episode in the works. Stay tuned. That's it. I guess until next time. See ya.
Later.
You've been listening to the Conversations with Paycheck and Red podcast. Check out Paycheck and Red on Facebook at Paycheck and Red, Instagram at Paycheck and Red Podcast, and Twitter at Paycheck and Red. And don't forget, paycheckandred.com, where you can buy merch, you can subscribe to the podcast, and you can listen to the podcast.
Are you afraid of ghosts? Well, turn the lights down and let's get strange. My name is Seamus, and I host the podcast, The Daily Ghost. Here at The Daily Ghost, we bring creepypasta stories to life. We read your stories, as well as stories that have already been pre-written. I'm also going to be telling you a lot about paranormal history throughout the world. Every city will be detailed, thorough, and creepy. Tune in on your favorite podcast app. Stay strange.